Hello everyone, this is LW Gaming and welcome to a brand new installment of Future Langrisser. Today is the 5th of August. Well, actually, by time of recording, as for me, today is the 1st of August. I'm recording this in advance as per usual. And this update is actually going to be a special one. This is in fact the anniversary update in CN, the 6th anniversary. Can you believe it? This game has been out for 6 years. In CN at least. And in this update, they're going to introduce a brand new hero. And sadly, I thought this hero was an LLR, but nope, she's not. She's just a typical SSR, but as a limited hero. So yeah, she's gonna be like Watham, Apotheosis, AO, you name them, and also Ice Abyss. But technically, it should be the same way. But yeah, anyways, let's take what we have here. So first off, let's talk about this new hero. Her name is Anya. Or I'm not talking about Anya from Spy X Family. No, not like that. Like she's not like that, but it's just that the name could confuse some of you. But anyways, Anya is going to be part of three factions. She's going to be part of Ulysses Legends, Origins of Light, and also Mythical Realm. And also her class is going to be Holy and Mage, and then her role is a magical DPS. And also what's interesting about her is that she is a new faction buffer for Ulysses Legends. So yep, we finally got a new faction buffer for Ulysses Legends. Like it's been so long. Like Landius has been carrying the Ulysses Legends faction buff for a very long time, ever since the start of his debut. And finally, he's no longer alone for faction buffing. Of course, there's also Sigma, but his is not great. So, anyways, wait. Some of you are actually thinking like, how does Enya's faction buff works? Well, I thought she's just a typical hero with like magic kind of abilities, but no. Her faction buff comes from her 1C passive, so it's not 3C passive, but this one is unique. This one it comes from the 1C passive skill. It's like whenever you fulfill a prophecy, which is one of her talent, I think, or whatever that is, like within her abilities, it'll faction buff all legend allies, like all Ulysses legends. And then the faction buff, what it does is that it increases damage by 15% when they actively attack in combat. And when unit act again, dispels two debuffs from them, and also they'll be immune to the debuffs received in the current turn. So which is pretty nice because you basically going to be able to attack enemies without worry about debuffing you before entering battle, which is pretty nice to have. Anyways, we're gonna move on from this, and because it's only one new hero, just move on to the next part, which I believe, yep, new casting pattern skills. So there are four new ones. There are some of those that are pretty nice to have. So first one we got Bernhardt. Like Bernhardt is, I remember back in the day I don't use Bernhardt much, but now I do because he is very good. He's getting his casting in this update. Attack plus 5%. When using Overlord's Ambition, which is known as the 3C, buff duration will not lose their turn count, and Bernhardt can act again, with the remaining mobility and attack. So essentially his 3C now acts as an act again, which is pretty nice in some scenarios. Like basically you can like use faction buff on his 3C, and then after that you can use it either on guard or you attack if you're close to an enemy already, which is pretty nice. But it doesn't really do much apart from that, but it's a nice addition for Bernhardt. Well, I should say improvement, that is. Okay, the second hero getting a casting this time around is Ares. Ares has been a PvP threat back in the day when he was first debuted in Langrisser M. Now, I think that was the update after the Red Crow Lost War, first time it ran. But anyways, Ares, he's getting a casting in this update. Increased by 5%. When a talent effect Sweep Formation is triggered, the cooldown of Fearless Hurricane skill will be reduced by one turn. And a random damage skill will have its cooldown reduced by one for each stack of Sweep Formation removed. So this one is pretty straightforward, but will it impact the PvP front? I don't think so. because there's still some things that Ares could still die to. Like he is a flyer in most battles. You can imagine that archers are gonna still shoot him down even with this casting. So yeah, would it make any difference? Maybe, but not a lot. Anyways, here comes the third one, which is Transcender, which I believe this one is Kong's avatar. Maybe still is, but anyways, Transcender is going to get a casting in this update. Max stacks of Force and Annihilation will be increased by one additional stack, so you can stack one more time with this casting on. If no damage is dealt after ending action, Transcender will gain one stack of Force and Annihilation, which is pretty nice. When the passive effect of Reversal of Fate is triggered, Transcender will not die by fatal damage. So basically, on the second part of his casting is that when you trigger that passive effect, like when Transcender reaches like HP below half, he'll gain the shield. That's what it is. But on top of that, it also adds a revive mechanic onto it. So that means Transcender is not going to die so easily. So will we be seeing him in battle more in PvP? Maybe. Well, it really depends on what team you want to run him on, because Transcender has been overshadowed by many heroes now. But with this change, I believe he has some potential with this. And finally, the SR hero is getting the new casting is Toma Hashiba, and this one is, I think he's probably the first one, or no, maybe I'm wrong. But anyways, Toma Hashiba is getting a casting here. Unit range +1, which is pretty nice. After dealing fixed damage, the cooldown of Arms of Strata is reduced by one turn. Fixed damage plus 30% when Toma has Arms of Strata. So this is a straightforward casting. He's going to be able to attack enemies from much further range than he normally would. And also on top of that, the cooldown will be reduced of the Arms of Strata will be reduced by one turn, which is nice. And also fixed damage is increased when he has the Arms of Strata. So as long as he had those conditions on there, he's gonna do a lot of damage out there, which is nice to see because Toma Hashiba is an interesting unit. But sadly, when he first launched, he's been overshadowed by most archers in the game already. So seeing him with this improvement could bring a lot of hope for him. But who knows? We'll see what's going to happen later on. But honestly, like, to be real with all of you, who would want to bring an SR hero into a box unless it's really good? But in this case, I could see some potential for Toma, but we'll see. Like I said earlier. Okay, new exclusive equipment for this update this time around. It goes to Jace. He's gonna get a new armor in this update, and this armor increases his HP by 10%. If damage is dealt this turn after taking action, the skill with the lowest CD gets cooldown minus one turn. For every allied arcane traces existing on the map, Jace ignores 5% of enemies' MDef, or known as magic defense, up to 20%. So as long as he has like arcane traces on the map, he will be able to do more damage than he normally would because of the MDef ignore, which is pretty awesome. Because Jace is really strong lately. Like having this gear on him makes him even more stronger. Not gonna lie. Which is quite handy for Jace because Jace could sometimes work for you, but other times maybe not. Having this will ensure Jace be able to kill someone. So make sure you have enough of those arcane traces on the field in order to make this really effective. And finally, before we go, we're gonna talk about a few things like most relatable banners. Although we don't have much info about what events are coming, but I'll see what I can find in the CN chat. But for now, I'm gonna keep it as is. For now, I'm just gonna say a few things on here. Like there's gonna be like a couple banners we need to look after. So there's a Hero Wish banner which will be up until Tabris and Tyrantel MU, which is nice to have. There's also going to be equipment banner on that update because 6th anniversary usually has like a equipment banners come along with it. So yeah, it makes sense to have it there. Like all the anniversary does have them at least. Like most of them recent ones. And also the returning limited single hero banners. So yep, you'll be expecting 3 of them coming back. Or actually wait, maybe there could be Ice Abyss amongst this, but when I checked the CN site, there's no mention about Ice Abyss anywhere, which is strange, but I might be wrong. But anyways, I'll be right back and let me check to make sure. Okay, I'm back, and it's confirmed that the LOR Ice Abyss is in fact not part of this rerun. So yeah, if you're hoping that there's gonna be Ice Abyss on this batch, I'm sorry to disappoint you. It's not gonna be here. Maybe later on in the future, but because I don't know if they're gonna release something like that, like in along the line. I know that they're gonna rerun those heroes at some point, but it doesn't seem like it'll be in this update, which is strange because they did a rerun with the three that we already know, like AO, Watham, and Apotheosis, but not those LR heroes. Kind of strange to me, unless they're doing it like once a year, which I hope not, but we'll see what's going on later because there's been some weird releases for some of the heroes now. Like you know, Bright Summer was introduced a couple of updates earlier than Shinome should have, but it's fine. And anyways, moving on, there's gonna be a rate up banner for Ymir and Hoffman. So yeah, currently if you like if you already got Ymir, you don't have to worry about this. But by the time when Ymir leaves the rate up banner, you do get a chance of pulling him, but it'll be on a rate up banner. So pull at your own risk. But although it's not as risky as most of them we have so far, because this one is also with Hoffman. So Ymir and Hoffman, either the two, those two are pretty good candidates for your PvP box. Although if you want to use Hoffman, you could probably like run him well if you know what you're doing. That is. And then the other banners we have like Mythical Realm. This is a Destiny banner. This will feature Z2, known as Sword and Light and Shadow, Tatalia, and Kaguya, which is nice to have for those three on the banner. There's also a Meteor Destiny banner for Elise, Theon, and Lostum, and the classic Destiny banner for Landius, Yulia, and Jugler, which is pretty awesome. And yep, and that's about it for this info. So and also this installment that is. Let me know so yeah, hopefully this video is informative for all of you. And have a good day, everyone, and stay cool out there. Summer is still going on.